These are 13 things I did and still do that pretty much got rid of my sleep issues. First off, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a health professional, nor am I a health expert in any way. And nothing in this video constitutes medical advice. I'm simply sharing the things that I did and still do that have dramatically improved my own sleep. So if you're having sleep issues, it may be worth asking your doctor about these things that I'm about to list. Some of these things I started doing weren't specifically for sleep reasons, but rather for general health reasons, which ended up getting rid of my insomnia for the most part. I've never taken any sleeping pills or pharmaceuticals for it. The first thing I did was I went to my doctor for a checkup, and after a blood test, my doctor found that I was severely deficient in vitamin D, even though I'm outdoors in the sun a lot, and also found I was mildly deficient in vitamin B12, calcium, and magnesium. With my doctor's guidance on supplements and foods, I got my levels up into the normal range and corrected those deficiencies, and my sleep drastically improved. The next thing I did was I started eating a healthy, balanced diet, and I limit my intake of processed foods and refined sugars. This strategy also seems to be helping me keep my vitamin and mineral levels within the recommended range, and of course has contributed to me getting better sleep. I personally eat as many whole and natural foods as possible. I also exercise regularly. That's made a huge difference in my sleep as well, and I just feel good and way better than I did before I started a regular exercise routine. Now this one I can't do all the time because of my sometimes variable work schedule, but I do find that I sleep better when I'm able to maintain a consistent sleep and wake schedule, meaning I go to bed and get up at the same time every day. It really seems to help me fall asleep and stay asleep more efficiently. I listen to relaxing music before bed. I find it a great way to unwind and de-stress, so that I can sleep easier. I avoid bright screens 30 minutes before bed. Well, I'm not always able to stick to that, but when I do, it definitely helps me fall asleep faster. I avoid watching or reading the news before bed during my unwinding period. Watching it before bed will only raise my stress level and contribute to my racing thoughts, thereby making it more difficult to fall asleep. I avoid eating full or heavy meals within a couple or within a few hours before bedtime, otherwise it'll keep me awake. I avoid alcohol before bed. Sometimes. I don't always follow that. But I do find that if I avoid it at least 4 hours before bedtime, it doesn't seem to interfere with my sleep. I avoid caffeine later in the day. My caffeine cutoff is at least 6 to 8 hours before bed, and if I don't stick to decaf past my cutoff, I'll just toss and turn all night. No matter what I'm doing, I make sure to get outside every day. My understanding is that being outdoors in the daylight stimulates the production of serotonin that by nighttime converts to melatonin, which helps regulate the sleep cycle. That's why I do it, but it's also relaxing to me to be outside or in nature. For me, this could be going for a walk, a hike, working in the garden, or just otherwise enjoying being outside. Once in a while, I take a warm shower before bed, especially if I think I may have a more challenging time falling asleep, and it does seem to help me. I darken the bedroom, keep it quiet, and maintain a comfortable temperature. I find if the room is too warm, noisy, or bright, it'll make it more challenging for me to sleep. I have worn an eye mask for darkness, and the results for me have been amazing, especially as the morning sunlight fills the room. So nowadays I just don't have that much trouble sleeping. I had pretty severe insomnia issues when I was a younger adult, but pretty much not anymore. The only time I really struggle with sleep nowadays is when I go to bed way earlier than I normally do and try to fall asleep earlier, or when I'm extra stressed, or if I don't follow those above routines. So that's it.